Hey YouTubers, welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going back into the Amazon tool deals and checking out some items that I found for this week. These are either going to be tools that are on sale, tools that even at their full price or list price I believe to be good deals, or tools that I find interesting or look to be a good deal and would like your guys' opinion on if you guys have used them. So there are, 50 different brands on Amazon that sell this exact same thing. And they're going to range anywhere from basically $50 to $80. And then there are some cheaper ones that don't fold. This is a lumber storage for like your garage. So before I had a bunch of lumber just like stacked in the corner and it was just kind of a mess. And when I renovated my garage recently, I needed to get that stuff up and out of the way basically. And this is a good way to do so. There are some cheaper ones that are just like almost like shelf brackets without the shelf sitting on them. Well, these just make it easy. These bolt to the wall or screw to the wall. And the arms fold up if you're not using all of them. So, save a little bit of space, but they're available if you need it. And they're basically angled slightly towards the wall to keep the lumber from just sliding off and falling. So here you can kind of see it in use. And right now it's at $46. But that ends in 4 hours. So by the time I get this video out to you guys, I doubt it'll be going on. But the price when I added it to my list was $48. So really it's a $2 savings from hopefully what you guys will see the price at. So, and once again, there's 50 other brands on there around the same price. So I'm not saying you have to go with this one, but I think these are priced pretty well. This is a set of 2, which would be 4 total. If you can also get them in a, a 1-pack or 2 mounts. And that's $25. So either way, it's priced very well in order to, have something to organize your garage and get that kind of lumber or any long things that you may have around the garage, like your weed eater or, like I have my spoiler. I have a lot of things that are larger that could go on this besides wood. So these can still be very handy. This has 4.4 stars at 298 ratings and is $46 right now. Let me know your guys' thoughts, but let's move on to the next item. So this next item is from Grace USA, and this is their brass pin punch set, and these are actually made in the USA, not just, there are some brands out there that have USA in the name, so it'll be on the tools, but that doesn't mean the tools are made in the USA. These are made in the USA, so it's not one of the trick brand names from China or anything like that. These are at $30 down from $46. I want to say I normally see these around $34, but they do have other sets as well. This is just their brass pin punch set. They also have roll pins and other types of brass punches as well. But these are extremely handy. Not something that I use all the time, but anytime I'm dealing with fuel, like removing the lock ring on fuel tanks, I try to always use a brass punch. It's for non-sparking and non-marring items. So whether you're working with a soft material and you need to make sure that you're using a punch that is softer than that material to prevent you from damaging it, or if you're working with something that you don't want to, cause a fire or blow up or anything like that, this is a good way to do so. And just having a good quality, affordable set on hand, even if it's not something you use all the time, is always extremely handy. And I would rather pay $30 than, have burns all over my body possibly, or do damage to something and be out a whole lot more money. Very cheap when you look at it in the long run. So here's a little bit of information about the set, and then here's the pouch that it comes in. Here's the brass roll pin punch set for $38 down from $47. This has 4.4 stars at 208 ratings. Next up is the Gearwrench Pitbull Plier Set. This is the dual material handle. You can get these without the comfort grip with just the standard rubber dipped handles. This one is part number 82204 Charlie. This is a 6-piece set. You can also get a 3-piece set or a 4-piece set, as you can see right here. And then they also have the auto bite design. I think I've heard some complaints about the auto bite design causing some weak points in the pliers. So those ones I don't have any personal experience with, but I do have experience with these. I use these in my work van. I've used them in the work van for roughly the last year and a half. And while the larger pliers are quite bulky, and I don't prefer comfort grip, I prefer just the standard dipped handles, which is the set that I have. These aren't necessarily the best set of pliers, but I think for $65, under $65, I think it's a good set. You'll never see it at the list price of $146. I want to say normally it's like $80 to $100 maybe at 80 to 120 at most, but anything basically under 80, I think it's a good deal. You're getting six sets of pliers. While they're not like the best pliers on the market, they have held up very well for me. I haven't had any issues. I use the diagonal side cutters and the long nose pliers almost on a daily basis. Those are my two most commonly used sets, and then I use the slip joints every once in a while. I don't really use the lineman pliers, and I'll use the smaller K9 jaw set here. And I don't, maybe it's just the way they have these painted weird, design on it that makes it look like super aggressive. To me, it just makes it look super bulky. Even though I've held them to other sets and they're basically the same size, they just look bulky in pictures. I'm not going to go over all of these images. There's a lot to go over. Once again, all of these items will be linked down in the description. They'll each have their own individual links, so you guys can easily find them if you would like to go to it and read more of the information or kind of check it out before purchasing, or just to see your thoughts on it a little bit better. It is just something that I wanted to mention because of the price range at under $65. I thought that was a good deal. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. This has 4.7 stars and has 650 ratings. Next up on the list is the Noco Boost Plus. This is the GB40. This is the 1000 amp 12 volt jump starter box, and this one I've had, well, I have the larger one, but Noco I've used a lot at the dealerships. I decided to finally get my own. I've used a couple of the no-name Amazon brand ones that I had from a few years ago, and while they're all right, the Noco has been so reliable to me. I've used it countless times. I don't know how many times I go out to the lot to get a car to bring back to work on and the battery's dead. It's just so easy to carry this instead of a big old jump box, and this will jump basically anything I need it to. And this is one of the smaller ones, I think the second smallest one, and they have some that will start up to like 12-liter diesels and some big trucks, so they have something for every type of vehicle out there. But this one's at $99, or basically $100 down from $125. Now you will see this at $99 other locations as well, so if you prefer buying somewhere else, then it is available at this price. But I thought $100 for this is a good deal, and this is good for 6-liter gasoline engines or 3-liter diesel engines. This has 4.7 stars at 85,224 ratings, so quite a bit. So while this is one of their smaller ones, it is still a very versatile one that can be used for a lot of different vehicles. So there you can see 12 volts, you get 20 starts on one charge, lithium powered for 6-liter gas or 3-liter diesel. But Noco for me has been a very reliable one. I've used 2 or 3 different brands, and I think I'm just going to stick with Noco from now on. I haven't had any issues with it. This may be the one I have. I can't remember if I have the Pro or HD. But one thing I do like about this, the bigger ones, they just have the clamps located on the side, so you can just quickly put the alligator clips on there instead of removing it from the actual jump pack and putting it out a bag and separating it or anything like that. It's just simply clamps onto the side of the tool itself and keeps it nice and organized. But this one is quite a bit more expensive. Here they have one for $1,100. Yeah, this one is good for 16-liter gasoline and diesel engine. So I mean, but overall, I think it's a very reliable and handy tool to have around, whether you're a DIYer or a professional. It's way better than carrying around a big old battery jump box or anything like that. I've used this on multiple different types of vehicles and hasn't let me down yet. So I've probably used it close to, just the last couple months that I've had it, probably used it a good 50 times already and haven't had any issues. So that is it as far as this week's Amazon tool deals. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comments. If you guys have any personal experience with any of these, I would greatly appreciate you guys sharing your thoughts. If you guys would like to see more of these videos, let me know the types of tools that you would like to see, brands of tools, anything like that. It's always helpful. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.